Welcome to CelebTide. Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit.
And I'm always of the mindset of like, let's show it to the most critical people first, like the people who are diehard book fans, because then you want to make sure that you're servicing the people who are most passionate about it. And Isabella at this point was still working at a restaurant in Brooklyn. Colleen called her and she was like, you gotta come to the screening. She's like, I can't get my shift covered. She's like, get on a plane, come now. And so she like left from the restaurant with like I don't know.
I didn't even make it to the restaurant that day.
The notification bell so you never miss a deep dive like this. Now, let's talk about a story that just exploded, and the fallout is bigger than anyone expected.
The Taylor Swift and Blake Lively text messages are finally here, and they are so bad. And we haven't even gotten everything yet. It appears Taylor Swift was a lot more involved than she initially claimed, including the New York Times article.
What started as a quiet legal battle around "It Ends With Us" has suddenly turned into one of the messiest celebrity power struggles we've seen in years. Hundreds of documents have been unsealed. Private text messages are now public, and the polished Hollywood image we were shown is cracking in real time. At the center of it all, Blake Lively, and unexpectedly, Taylor Swift. The unsealed filings reveal that Blake didn't just submit a few documents. She submitted nearly 300 exhibits, and surprisingly, very little was redacted. Phone numbers were hidden, a few names blurred, but the conversations? They're all there, in black and white, and they paint a very different picture than the one the public was given. Behind the scenes, Blake was messaging producers, actors, writers, and A-list friends, discussing strategy, control, and influence. These weren't casual chats. These were calculated moves. In several messages, she openly spoke about rewriting the script, directing actors, and reshaping the project, while privately mocking the film's director to other celebrities. And then, there are the messages involving Taylor Swift. Taylor had previously claimed she walked into this situation blindly, feeling ambushed and unaware. But the texts tell another story. Blake reached out to Taylor early, not just for support, but for leverage. She asked her to endorse a revised script without even reading it, and Taylor agreed. In fact, she later attended meetings, backed Blake's version of the project.
That she's Blake Lively's dragon and that Blake Lively is Khaleesi, yes. These are text messages just dropped in the lawsuit, the ongoing lawsuit for It Ends With Us, Let's Go. Taylor Swift saying, wow, I love how they used the song. Welcome to Hollywood, Justin. Yeah, that's Taylor Swift saying that. And then Blake Lively goes, I'm not okay, I can't breathe, I'm obsessed with you. I have never felt more like Khaleesi. I have dragons, except my dragons are bred with Cersei herself.
Project, and even joked privately about how easily things worked out. One message stands out. Blake called Taylor her dragon, implying protection, power, and influence. And Taylor didn't push back. The conversation showed two women fully aware of the weight they carried in Hollywood and how to use it. What makes this even more uncomfortable is the contrast. Publicly, Blake presented herself as a victim of creative conflict and disrespect. Privately, she was promising opportunities, pushing for loyalty, and using her celebrity network to secure control of the film. In some texts, she even bragged about it. There are moments that made readers pause, jokes that crossed professional lines, comments that would have caused outrage if the roles were reversed, and messages that felt less like collaboration and more like domination. And Taylor's silence now? It's deafening, because these messages show she wasn't dragged into anything. She wasn't unaware. She was actively participating, advising, supporting, and helping Blake move the pieces into place. That's why the silence feels heavy. Not protective, not loyal, uncomfortable. As more documents are expected to drop, it's becoming clear that Blake rushed to file first, possibly to shape the narrative before anyone else could. And even with the most favorable evidence on her side, the messages still raise serious questions. This isn't just about a movie anymore. It's about influence, power, and how far people will go when they believe they're untouchable. Hollywood has always been built on image, but right now, the curtain is slipping. And what's behind it? It's not pretty. Thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe to my channel.